Welcome back to the Presence of Being podcast. Thank you for being here and for being a part of our community. I know I say that in every recording, but I am truly very grateful for whoever listens to these recordings and who is part of Presence of Being. I'm on my computer right now and I'm looking at the analytics from the last few recordings. In the last few recordings, I'm just reading this here, 57 people listened to the last recording, or probably the recording before the last recording, because I haven't uploaded the one that I plan on releasing before this one. But 57 people have listened to Remember When You Wanted What You Currently Have. The podcast before that, 70 people so far have listened to that. The one before that, 116 people have listened to that. And I know in the grand scheme of things, and for some people, that may not be a lot, but 100 people listening to something that you have to say, like, if you put that into perspective, that's a lot of people. And this is all to say, if you are someone who tunes in to my content, if you are someone who tunes in to these recordings and listens to them on here or on YouTube, or if you just watch the TikTok videos, and I know the TikTok videos is a little bit different because TikTok really pushes out your content to the For You page, and I don't even know how many people who follow me see my content on TikTok. But if you're someone who listens to the content here on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube, like I said, like you are, like you're a real one. Like I am so grateful for you. And when I release them, you listen to them, like thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm just talking about things that I'm passionate about, and my goal is just to build a community of people who value the importance of being more in the moment in their day-to-day lives and understand the importance of looking inward for fulfillment and happiness rather than seeking happiness and fulfillment and peace in things externally, and doing so from an authentic place, staying true to yourself. That's what we're all about here. And I'm just talking about certain self-development practices and tools that I've used in my life and am continuing to use in my life as a 24-year-old who's just figuring this all out. And I'm grateful that you are a part of this journey with me. And like I said, if you're listening to this, if you've listened to these recordings, if you sent me a message, a DM, like we're in this together and I'm grateful for you. And I just wanted to say that. I know I say I'm grateful all the time for you listening, but I genuinely mean it, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. So thank you again. Thank you for being part of Presence of Being. I just got done with a nice meditation. I feel centered and aligned and connected. So hopefully I can articulate myself well in this recording and make a positive impact and hopefully inspire you to be more present and inspire you in any way positively in this recording. I truly believe that if you want to do anything more effectively, if you can meditate before you do that thing, or if you can practice presence in some way, shape, or form before you take action in a specific way, action that you care about, meditate, like be in the moment, practice presence, and I really think it's going to impact you positively. But that's just like my little 2 cents before actually getting into what I want to talk about in this recording. Now, with that said, we can talk about what I originally planned on talking about in this recording, which is just creating space within and being more present in one's day-to-day life, and how that's so important for all of our mental well-being, our mental health, and just cultivating more mindfulness in your day-to-day life. Taking the necessary time to pause, experiencing the present moment, and not getting so caught up in all the noise externally, the noise of daily life, I think is absolutely life-changing and something that we can all, I feel like, just start to do a little bit more of. In a world that lives online, and in a world that kind of promotes like insecurity, and you're being marketed by all these brands and people online, influencers, like a lot of people have bad intentions and they just want to sell you certain things and make you feel like you're not good enough as you are, and you need a certain product or you need to do this and that to feel a certain way. And it's just really noisy. And with social media, it's very easy to compare yourself to somebody else, somebody you don't know, and feel like you're behind. And it's just very noisy. It's very noisy out there, and it's very easy to forget how important it is to kind of just slow down and actually be, to just be, focus on being, and just to be in the here and now and focus on being in the moment. It's not easy. And my goal with this recording, and really all of my recordings, is just to kind of serve as a reminder, whether these recordings be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour long, just to serve as a reminder to just be, to be here and enjoy the present moment. And I feel like if you can enjoy the present moment and not really view certain activities that you do in your day-to-day life as a means to an end, if you can just be and enjoy the small things in life and savor the small things in life, whether it be, your 5-minute morning meditation before you go to work, or the cup of tea that you have before you go to bed at night, literally whatever it might be, it just gives us a chance to reconnect with ourselves. And again, just those little moments, enjoying those little moments and appreciating those little moments, it just serves as a reminder to reconnect with ourselves and just to be here. Those little moments, whether it be walking, past someone on the street and they smile at you, like super small, insignificant things. They may not really be insignificant at all, and they can help ground us and bring us back to our center. And those seemingly insignificant interactions that you have with strangers that make your day, or that cup of tea, hopefully you're not drinking coffee before you go to bed, that little cup of tea that you have before you go to bed, or that little 5-minute morning meditation that you do, that's a non-negotiable for you, they can provide a real sense of calm in a very, very noisy world. In a world that quite simply is just trying to pull you in a million different directions. When we focus more of our energy and attention on just being here, being in the moment, not concerned about what might happen in the future, and not regretting or being anxious because of something that you said or did in the past, when you were just right here, right now, we're able to experience more of life, because life is only ever now. It only ever happens in the present. Now, I've spoken about comparison before because I think it's so prevalent in today's society. Like, social media really does a good job of making, it does a good job of trying to make one feel inadequate and just low self-esteem. It can cause anxiety. And social media does do a very good job of just communicating a very distorted view of reality. People really only showing their highlights. And if you're someone who's not grounded and not present and not centered inside themselves, you can fall down the trap of, like I've said many times before, just feeling like you're falling behind. People undervalue what they have, and we may overlook our success because we're just comparing ourselves to other people that we see online. We're too busy measuring our lives and comparing where we're at to where someone else is. Being in the moment, being present, being here and now, and focusing on what we have rather than what we don't have or what we don't have yet, actually actively practicing gratitude in one's daily life can serve as a force field or a protection that you have when you're using social media that enables you not to compare yourself to everyone else. Being grateful for those little small things that we spoke about, the seemingly insignificant things, that enables us to go and use social media because it can be a great tool and just not be negatively impacted by the comparison that maybe we once experienced by using these apps. The more present we become, the more spacious we feel inside ourselves. And That spaciousness provides us with deep feelings of inner peace and just stillness. We're able to navigate a very noisy world that's trying to pull us in a million different directions with more clarity, with more ease, with more purpose. We have a deeper understanding and knowing of what is important, what's not important, what's important for us to give our energy and attention to, and what's not. When we're preoccupied thinking about past or future, preoccupied going down the train of thought or the rabbit hole of thought, it just keeps us disconnected from the present moment. We're unable to create that space within inside ourselves. And when there's no space, there's no intuition. There's no insight. You're not going to have that voice within inside yourself that ultimately is going to guide you towards what the best course of action you could be taking to help get you to your goals, or the best course of action that you could be taking to feel even more still and more grounded. That enables you to be more grateful for the seemingly insignificant things that happen in your day-to-day life, like, that tea, or interacting with a stranger that makes you smile in your day-to-day life, or your 5-minute meditation. You're just able to enjoy and appreciate more things when you have that space within inside yourself. So hopefully this recording, in some way, shape, or form, has served as a reminder to create more space within inside yourself. We live in a very noisy world, in a world that's trying to pull you in a million different directions. Hopefully this recording inspires you to actually just be and focus on being in the moment, creating more space within inside yourself, and realizing that when you appreciate the small things, the seemingly insignificant things that happen in your life, you can actually find joy in these things and understand that these little small things, the seemingly insignificant things that happen in our day-to-day lives, they can actually be like tools to help us reconnect with ourselves and help us realize the importance of being grateful and just appreciating the things that we have, rather than comparing yourself to other people or getting trapped in thought, going down the rabbit hole of thought, thinking about past and future, constantly just being stuck in your head. Those little things, the small little things, enjoying the little moments that happen in your day-to-day life can help us just bring us back to our center and help us create even more space within inside ourselves and be more present. Just want to take another second here and thank you for listening and being a part of Presence of Being. It truly means the world to me. If you enjoy these recordings, let me know. You can always DM me at Presence of Being on Instagram or on TikTok. My DMs are always open. If you enjoy these recordings, leaving a comment or a thumbs up or subscribing or leaving a positive review, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, would also mean the world to me and definitely help just get the message out. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next recording very soon.